So, when we come to search Artstor, one approach we can take is doing a general search through the search bar on the home page. If we just type in Romeo and Juliet, Artstor filters all its collections to show images relevant to our search, and we can simply scroll throughout to view the images. One thing to note is that if you are subscribed to JSTOR as well as Artstor, when you search through JSTOR, relevant Artstor images will be previewed in your JSTOR search. This is a great way for students to integrate images alongside books and journal articles in their research across the two platforms. But for now, we'll stick with Artstor. Searching broadly like this is a good approach for students when they're brainstorming topic ideas. For example, seeing costume sketches might inspire students to develop a more focused topic on costume design in Romeo and Juliet. This simple search is a good starting point for research, but once students have decided on a topic, Artstor's advanced search allows for more focused searches. So if we click on advanced search, we can add in multiple search terms and Boolean operators. Here we'll add costume as another query to our search. Notice there are lots of other ways of refining our search, such as by classification, collection type, geography, and date. We'll return to them in a minute, but for now let's press search. So, as you can see, we've managed to refine the results to only show those relevant to costume in Romeo and Juliet. Once we've clicked on an image, there's the option to view it in full screen. We can then zoom in on the image without compromising its quality. If we press escape, down the side of the image, there's detailed descriptive data which tells us more about it, including important contextual information. Every image on Artstor has this accompanying descriptive data, and it's very valuable to students. For example, here we're told these shoes were called the Juliet, or its masculine incarnation, the Romeo, with high front and back and low V at the sides. It's details such as this that allow students to pursue more creative analysis and ground their work in its important historical context. Up here, we also have the options to download both the image and its detail, cite the image into a variety of formats, which students can copy and paste, print the image, and also to copy the URL, meaning teaching staff can share specific images with students. There is also the option to add to group. If we click on Add Item, we can add the image to a group. You'll see we already have a group which we'll return to later, but here we'll create a new group for the image, which we can simply do by clicking on Create New Group and giving it a title. So we'll call it Test Group. There's also the option to add a description if you want to. Under Sharing Permissions, I can either set it as Only Me, this means only the student who is creating the group can view it, or this institution, which allows other students and teachers to view the group. This is good to use for group work and presentations. So let's press Create, and here you could click Go to Group, but for now we're going to look at the image group we've already created. So let's go to Browse at the top and press Group. And here we'll go into our group Costume in Romeo and Juliet. Once in our group, we have the options to export into PowerPoint or a zip file. So again, these are useful for presentations. Study tools allow students to be tested on images. And down the side, there are also options to add a description and add tags. We can also compare different images within the group by pressing Present. Once we're on Present mode, click Compare, and this allows you to compare the images and zoom in on details. Artstor actually allows students to view up to 10 images at once, which is really useful for analysing the images and comparing fine details. The Compare tool also encourages students to compare and contrast images to develop points of analysis. Once we're finished on comparison mode, we can just press the X to get out of it. Now let's go back to our advanced search and explore some of the other search functionalities. Here we can also refine by date. So let's search Romeo and Juliet again and look at images between 1800 and 2000. Being able to refine images by date is a good way of focusing on historical context and encouraging students to think about differences and similarities between periods and how this influenced dramatic interpretation. Now let's further refine our search again and focus on geographical region. For example, if we look at European images, we find that we can find these costume design drawings from a 1920 production of Romeo and Juliet, Moscow Chamber Theatre, alongside a French artistic interpretation and an Austrian mural. Students can appreciate different global contexts by comparing these with images from other geographies. Down the side of the page, there are other filter options, which include by contributor and classification, which is the type of image. Students can search through classifications such as photographs, paintings, manuscripts, playbills, and many more. The range of image types available in Artstor encourages students to include a wide range of relevant image sources in their research to support their work, which allows them to take their analysis further. So, I hope this was useful in showing you how Artstor can be used to find, use, and analyse high quality and reliable image sources, and also how Artstor is a key resource in helping students in their research across different subjects. Here we've used the example of Romeo and Juliet, but Artstor contains about 3 million images which cover a huge range of subjects. To search Artstor for yourself, request a free 14-day trial from JCS Online Resources.